After 10 years, Marvel is still going at it. It has been 10 years since the first season of the Daredevil TV series starring Charlie Cox aired, and now we are getting a season 4 of Daredevil. I enjoyed the first couple of seasons of the show with my father a lot when I was younger. He's not really the biggest Daredevil fan, but he definitely knows a lot about the character and like his story and his rivalry with Kingpin, so I was able to enjoy it, but it's something about watching TV shows where like they're not mixing the sound properly and I can't really understand what the actors are saying just leads me to not really follow the plot at all and just stay for the action. So many films and TV shows that I'm able to now appreciate because I'm actually able to hear the dialogue that the actors are saying. I mean, let's face it, probably like most of you, I have ADD and I'm not able to keep track of all the fancy dialogue talking about espionage and murder and conspiracies. I believe where Daredevil left off was that he had basically put Kingpin back in prison. The guy who I think was playing Deadshot, or what the hell's his name? Bullseye. I always mix up DC and Marvel like that. Basically, Bullseye is now back in prison because he tried impersonating Daredevil, and I think he then reveals his identity to Karen, the blonde chick. I forget her name. Needless to say, a lot of stuff has passed. He cameoed, obviously, in No Way Home, so I don't know. Let's dive into this trailer. Let's see where Murdock is now.
Thank you for finding the time. I will admit, it's not entirely unpleasant seeing you again.
Alright, they got my attention.
A lot of time has passed. By the look of it, you've come up in the world. I could say the same about you. The mayor serves his city. I can see you're not entirely convinced.
Didn't the same thing happen with Lex Luthor?
I can't shake the feeling that you're gaming the system. Why did you stop being a vigilante? The line was crossed. It's hard to come to terms with a violent nature. Hating the power it has over us. The city can't go unchecked.
Yeah, Bullseye.
Sometimes peace needs to be broken.
Is that J-Lo?
Chaos.
Sounds like J-Lo.
Must reign.
Yo.
Hatch it down.
Bernthal. He's back.
I was raised to believe in grace. But I was also raised to believe in retribution.
One thing's for certain, Matt no longer has any mercy. You know, I'll never forget when me and my father were watching the original series, and you know, it always bothered me. It's like, you know, he's going up against psychopathic murderers who would kill him in an instant, and Matt Murdock always insisted he would never kill. And then at some point he realized, you know what, fuck it, killing's fun. I definitely think whoever made this trailer, whoever produced it, definitely went in with the idea of like, no, let's show just how little of a fuck Matt Murdock gives anymore about breaking bones and possibly killing people. Which, as I think anyone who, you know, understands the problem with Batman's moral code, it's like, yeah, at some point, if you're in a room full of people that are gonna kill you, then you don't really have a choice anymore. Remember that video I made about like how just because I'm on an island with a bunch of psychopathic murderers with guns and I kill them makes me the same as them? No, it doesn't. What the producer of this trailer and maybe of this series really wanted to let us know was, no, Matt Murdock really is born again. He really doesn't have mercy anymore. He's tired of this BS. He just wants to live his life, and you know what? I don't blame him. I never did see the Punisher season. I saw like part of Punisher season 1. I don't think I ever saw season 2, which is a shame because I know like that whole meme of like Punisher sitting at the table like going like, no, why? It got really funny, and I can't, again, it's one of those things where I can't really appreciate it because I haven't seen the original clip. Though I feel like with memes, it's better if you don't understand the original context. I'm somehow not surprised that Kingpin, of course, became mayor, because that's kind of like a similar thing that a lot of these stories do. Like Lex Luthor becomes the president, Riddler becomes, I don't know, the head of a big company. I don't know, I'm just trying to think of random scenarios, but you get the picture. Again, all trailers, I try not to have a reaction of saying I'm gonna go watch it now. You know, when it comes out, maybe if my father wants to watch it, he already canceled Disney Plus because we almost never use it, but he's probably gonna buy it back just to watch it then. And you know, I'm not a big fan of TV series. As it is, I reacted to the Shogun TV series trailer like over a year ago, and I still have yet to watch the series. Same thing with the Avatar. Actually, you know, come to think of it, I don't think, did the Avatar series ever even, take a look at this one. Azula creates lightning. Oh, that's very... Yeah, Grey Delisle, I'm really sorry. I think that, you know, Disney, it's gonna be a lot of the same stuff as we've seen. How many different variations of bad guys can you possibly beat up in the same variation of a crowded and dark hallway? Like, at what point, whether it's The Equalizer, John Wick, Daredevil, Jack Reacher, at some point, isn't it all the same? Now, you could say that about a lot of things. But when you're talking about stories and settings that are set, like, in the modern day and age, like in a contemporary setting, yeah, it's probably going to get old a whole heck of a lot faster than if we constantly think of new Marvel movies to go over, where we can go to different planets, different universes, different dimensions. In other words, this is a reason why any sort of contemporary drama, most people, I think, rightfully, they're not interested. We want to tune into things like Game of Thrones, we want to tune into things like Star Trek, these things that take us to a distant time and place. But just to see, I don't know, the YouTube clips come out of like just Matt just absolutely wrecking house and like breaking people's skulls open just one last time, and to kind of see like how much he really does not give a solitary fuck anymore. It may be worth watching the series just to see the full episode, but I'm sure I'm gonna see a ton of clips on YouTube for it. I'm sure my father's gonna probably pressure me to watch it with him, and I guess I'll watch it then. But other than that, again, like with all these trailers, showing a whole lot, it looks nice, but more often than not, that isn't really a good sign of anything. Again, I always look to how excited we were when Obi-Wan Kenobi was announced, and, you know, may it rest in peace. I swear to God, if that show gets a second season. Let me know down below. Are you a fan of Marvel Comics? Have you been a fan of Daredevil, you know, throughout that time? Let me know. Do you think that Disney's gonna drop the ball again with another superhero series? Or do you think that the talent that they're gonna bring back from the previous seasons of Daredevil is actually going to make a difference here? So, yeah, I'll leave it to you guys, Mevanites, and as always, thanks, and I'll see you real soon.